I want to share about profiling, energy profiling. It is so extremely helpful. I don't know if you are into profiling systems or personality assessments or personality tests like the Myers-Briggs or whatnot. It can be so helpful to get some feedback on yourself, to help you understand yourself, especially if you're a person who seeing it in front of you helps you better comprehend it and then see and understand and utilize it. It can be super helpful. So I've been really interested in personality assessments for a long time to get some more understanding, especially the things about us that have always been there, so we don't even quite see it. If someone is really good at mapping, like visually or geographically, they always know what direction they're oriented towards, and they have a map in their mind of exactly where they're located, and they know which direction to go to get to another place. They might not realize that's really cool, and not everyone experiences that. So having a some type of profiling system can help us acknowledge and notice the things that are our strengths and that the way that we're built, and also realize that everyone's built differently, that it's a pretty common psychological automatic state to be in, of assuming that how we see the world is the exact same way everyone sees the world. That the lens that we're seeing everything through is what it means to be alive, and that's how all humans are feeling and thinking. That's how all humans are experiencing the world, which is not true at all. Everyone experiences it very differently. Everyone's built different, they have different lenses, their minds work in different ways, and it's so extremely useful to understand the strengths of that, to understand it, that everyone's built differently, understand how you are built, how everyone else is built, see the strengths of it, then you can really utilize that in yourself. And you can utilize it for other people, and it also just helps you have more compassion for someone who gets lost because if their phone dies, they don't have their GPS, they just get lost really commonly. It can help you have more compassion of like, it's not that they're not paying attention, you know, if they just paid attention the amount that you have to pay attention in order to know your orientation, assuming that that will work for them, just pay attention this much and you'll have the same experience, is not the case because everyone's different. So I've enjoyed the experience of different personality assessments and found a lot of them to be severely lacking and missing a lot of information, especially the ones you fill out yourself. Can you be like, should I answer this the way that I've done it the most in my lifetime, or what I personally value would be the best way to act, even though it's not how I act. It's just very interesting. So it's really handy to get a profiling assessment from someone else who they can share what they are seeing when they look at your energy. And it's also an energy scan instead of consciously answering, because our ego and our conscious mind can really have its own different opinions about what's valuable, especially because it's pretty common for people to believe that whatever the people around them while they're growing up valued is what's most valuable, and then they will in turn automatically want to be those things because they want to be valuable and lovable. And so their ego and the psyche and the conscious mind will be really invested in, I really hope that I am the things that the people around me when I was young value, because I want to matter. Anyway, so it's really great to just get past all of that and have someone else do an energy scan of your whole energy system, which is your conscious and your subconscious mind. It's your whole system, your energy anatomy. And I just wanted to share because it was insane. The first time, so I've done a lot of different things and gained benefit from each of them. And one of the favorite things I've done has been an auric personality assessment. Because everyone has an energy aura, energy anatomy, but then with normal anatomy, just like our body, 2 arms, 2 legs, spine, torso, etc. We all have energy anatomy as well. But then we have a portion of our aura that includes these different strengths that are specific to us. And there's a wide array of strengths, and everyone is a mixture of several different ones, and you're your own unique recipe mixture. And when I got that assessment done, which I got by Shalise Watson with Illuminora, it was mind-blowing. It confirmed a lot of things I already noticed about myself, so that was really helpful to have like someone else see that as well. And it also helped me gain a lot a lot more insight into my strengths and into the ways that I work, and especially into the benefit of being me, of these are the components. These are components that show up in you and in this order, and they would function like this. And so you are built perfectly for such and such and for such and such. And your system, it's like if everyone's a different machine, you have different parts of the machine. Each machine would be so perfectly built to do like whatever it's built to do most effectively. And it could do other things as well. But the thing that we're built for is like, oh my goodness, if we could know that, if you could just know what you are built best for, then you can go choose to engage in that and enjoy it and utilize how you're built for that. And it also provides a lot of clarity around the weaknesses or the shortcomings and also the potential pitfalls, which was super helpful. And that can be the stuff that's kind of, we can be tempted not to look at and avoid in ourselves. Be like, no, other people have a problem. I don't have a problem. If they don't like that about me, you know, that's their problem. When life can be showing us where kind of like our shadow or like our weaknesses manifest. And if we're not willing to see that, then we're going to be left in the dark about understanding ourselves. And so that helped a lot as well. Understanding these different components provide these different strengths, and the most likely pitfalls I'd be likely to experience would be this, this, and this, and this. And then once I know that, I can acknowledge it and say, okay. And it also makes a lot of sense why that would be that way, because of the strength that I have. And then when I'm conscious of it, I can be conscious of it in my life, and I can choose to implement systems or structures or perspectives that remedy those weaknesses. And it's just so great. It's so, so great, and it's so liberating and freeing, and actually helped me love myself a lot more and love my life a lot more and appreciate myself and sincerely like cherish and enjoy myself, which I already had been on that journey for a long time, but this just took it to another level, and I cried. I cried. It was so beautiful and wonderful. I personally recommend it for sure. And then I got the same thing done for my husband, and same thing. I cried. I cried a lot, actually, because it helped me see more of his strengths and the strengths of the way that he's built. And it helped me see his weaknesses, or like see what could be his potential pitfalls, and have more compassion for that. And also understanding how he's built and how he's built to function helped instantly release a lot of confusion, like what could lead to disappointment or feeling neglect, or like all kinds of things. You're just instantly understanding how someone's built and getting more clarity on that instantly changes our comprehension of them, because prior to that, we have a lot of assumptions that are happening automatically, and also probably a lot of labels too of like, oh, a person is bad if they don't do this quickly, or they don't think like this, or they don't see this thing that I see. Like, you know, it's kind of subconscious of like, well, I think that they're not a very good person, when it's not the case. And also seeing and comprehending someone's strengths and how they're built can help us have a lot more respect and appreciation for their gifts, and then even see how to utilize their gifts. Oh, it's really phenomenal. So I highly recommend it. It was the best money I ever spent up to that point. It was so, so helpful. And I don't know if you guys have seen that sculpture from Burning Man. One year they created two sculptures of adults sitting back to back, and oh, it makes me cry. And inside of them had little tiny sculptures inside of them of inner children facing each other. Oh, still makes me cry a lot. Reaching their hands out. Because that is what every soul wants, is connection, and to connect with other souls. And when we're having miscommunications, assumptions, ignorance, non-comprehension, it is devastatingly reduces the connection that we can feel with amazing, wonderful souls that are right in front of us. And that was another reason I cried when I got my husband's assessment, was there was a lot in him that I had never recognized or appreciated or seen very well. And it would have, my heart just hurt at the thought of, if I hadn't done that, he would have continued living, not seeing, like not having his spouse, his partner, see those things and enjoy and appreciate them in him. As well as same thing for myself. I may have gone onward not knowing and appreciating certain aspects of myself, or maybe even angry at or disapproving of certain things inside myself that are actually beautiful strengths. So there you go. I always cry at the experience of understanding and appreciating ourselves and other people more, and that it's such an insanely beautiful experience. And I highly recommend anything that helps support that. And this particular type of assessment that helps us gain more understanding really did for me. So I wanted to share that.